and you guys funded it into its first season of the web series. Last year we came and we launched the Kickstarter for the second season prequel episode, which we're going to show first thing. And then, seriously, you guys are, just quick raise of hands, who has in some way been involved with the show, either through Kickstarter campaign or, thank you. You guys give me warm squishies. I'm going to give this to Eric while I set up the thing. Eric Loya is my co-writer on the show and also plays Boyish the Extraordinary. Chase Masterson, who we met at Galley last year, has joined the cast for the next show. Nick Acosta directed what you are about to see, so if you haven't seen the prequel yet, just prepare to be amazed. He is responsible for some amazing things. He did, if there are any Harry Potter fans out there, he did a series called Battle of Hogwarts, which was amazing a couple years ago. It's a look back, 20 years in the future. It's a documentary look at the survivors of the Battle of Hogwarts. It's great. And since then, he has been, He, this year has been exploding on the festival circuit. He's got movies out there that are winning award after award after award, and he directed the prequel episode and is going to be directing what we do next. On the end is Tony Lee. You know him as the writer of the Tony.
And I will point out, I was the guy at Chicago Times.
Tony is responsible for the very first ever Inspector Spacetime panel, which was at Chicago TARDIS. A mere week or two after the episode aired. Over there is Brian Liga. He designed the optic pocket knife. He helped restore the TARDIS console and also is responsible for the phone console that's inside the booth that we had custom built for what you're about to see. That guy's genius. So, and manning the camera back there is Chaz Moss, who is our production. He's an associate producer on our sketch content and does behind-the-scenes stuff for us. He's amazing. Linda Lee, where are you? There's Linda Lee right over there. Linda Lee, we've got a video that she did with us announcing the next phase of our production. So that's exciting. You'll see that later today. And that's it. So one other thing. Everyone in here, we're going to give like a keyword, like a code word or something at some point. If you come visit me in the booth room, in the TARDIS room, we have free posters from the season 1 of the show. Everybody gets a free poster until they run out. So, and I'll be going there right after. I think we've got enough for everybody that's in here. So, anyway, go ahead and take it, you guys, while I set up. You guys can have a poster.
First of all, it's worth noting who's not here right now. Carrie Karanen is not yet here. She plays Piper Tate, but she can't be, but that's okay. But she is on her way. She's just running a little bit late. It's also worth noting, are we clapping for lateness? No, that's not. And it's also worth noting that Brian Giovanni, who often accompanies us at these panels, is also not here today. He's a really busy guy, but he does all of the amazing music that you guys are going to be hearing. Oh my gosh, he's a genius, which you'll only get a small slice of that when you hear his work, but he's amazing. So, hey guys. I don't ever moderate these, so I'm not actually moderating this, but I'm talking. So what do you guys want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
Okay, Chase Masterson. Chase Masterson is amazing. Do you guys know Lita from Star Trek? This is... And Chase is going to be joining us in the future of the series, and oh my gosh, we did a table read with her. This was, I don't even know, has it been like a year? I don't even know how long we we didn't know each other, and Travis was like, we want to kind of do a table read. They came over to my apartment, and oh my gosh, she blew me away. You guys, I know that doesn't mean anything because you haven't read the script and you haven't seen her performance. I know I keep saying amazing and incredible. It was just incredibly amazing.
Especially when I had to read for someone, it was just embarrassing.
Nick had to read for all the roles that weren't me or Chase or Travis, and
one of them was a girl too. So.
Nick's a pretty incredible actor.
Well, thank you, and gosh, and I'm just here because you guys are so awesome. I have so much fun every time I watch this. I'm blown away by how talented you are, and this has to continue, or there's no justice in the world. So, right? You're flawless, literally flawless at what you do.
All right, we're ready to show you what we did this last year, and it's exciting. Those of you, we screened the first season last year, and most of you were here for that, yeah? So you know where it left off. You've got the Inspector and Piper, and Evil Boyish and Evil Inspector and Good Boyish, all in Boyish's lab together, and the Inspector and Good Boyish and Piper have just fled the lab, and what you're about to see picks up right there. Can someone back in the back lower the lights for me?
More if you can get them down.
You're watching British television. America will get to see this in 3 months.
We're fleeing again! Wonderful!
So, you just walk then?
Where? Good boy. It's not that we flee that often, it's just that when we do flee, it's for a long time.
I see.
There's nothing more fleeing. Red, we need to pick up. Rendezvous our current heading.
Don't get sticky with me. I'll get there when I get there.
The question isn't who, it's
What is that?
Piper. That makes no sense.
What? What is red? Is red a thing?
You're about to find out. Red, get us out of here.
Why would you like me to take you today?
The question isn't where, but when.
Yeah, but couldn't that one be where?
Get out of there, you native.
No, I'm just visiting.
No one touches the phone except me and my associates.
Yeah!
Which, in this case, means only Piper and myself.
Yeah.
So get out of there, you tourist.
But it doesn't work, mate.
It says they're right behind us.
Yes, I know. Get in.
I'm telling you, it's out of service. Get the faster!
Please state the coordinates of your destination in 4 dimensions.
Inspector!
Doesn't matter. Take us anywhere.
Shoot.
So
Oh! And I was getting all psyched up for killing. Do you know what I mean?
I know. I was really getting excited. Just shoot somebody in the face.
I know.
I don't even.
I thought this was the peacefulest planet.
That was a close one.
You shut And you, we need to talk about when to be specific and when to be fast. And you, Flee when I tell you to flee next time?
Inspector,
Piper.
I don't feel.
You don't look so good.
Piper.
I don't think this is going to be in next time. Inspector?
Piper. Damn you, boyish!
Wait, what did I do?
Not you, the other you.
Right.
Inspector!
Shh. Save your strength. Red, get us to the hospital.
There are 92,416 hospitals near our present location in Spacetime. Would you like me to show you on a map?
That doesn't seem helpful.
You don't seem helpful.
Inspector, I'm really enjoying our adventures. I'm sorry I didn't flee fast enough.
Shh, Piper. It's okay.
Inspector, there's something
Piper, there's something I need to tell you. Something I need you to hear before it's too late.
What?
Piper, I'm not exactly sure how to say it.
Would you say it? I want you to say it.
I
haven't got all day, Inspector.
Piper, I like you.
Oh,
What?
I like you, genuinely. And I'm not just saying that because you're dying.
You're a bit of an ass, you know that, right?
Well, I don't have a heart.
I know.
You've always been my heart, Piper. From the very first moment I met you. From that first instant on.
That is the sweetest thing.
and we're here.
Now I'm new to all this, but is that exactly the way traveling through space and time is supposed to happen? All of it. I mean, with sad dying and everything.
You're here. So good to see you, James. The whole family has been, well, it's... everyone. James and Elton have arrived. Come in. Come in. Before you catch your death.
A lot of you guys have your names in there. We're going to move right into the next video because we have, those of you might have noticed that we had a little bit of an announcement there at the end. The second season isn't going to be a second season of a web series anymore, it's going to be a movie. We're extremely excited about that. That is not actually the biggest announcement that we're making today, believe it or not. And so we're gonna do that. Brian, if you can actually, sorry, the lights, if you can bring them back down. We're gonna go right to the next video.
While he's doing that, I just want to really quickly say the guy in the booth is an actor named Leif Gantfort. He's incredible. We love him. And incidentally, he was the guy who actually killed Uncle Ben in the Amazing Spider-Man movie. So
I had mixed feelings about him.
Alright.
He deserved it.
yeah, the voice of the booth was Mayim Bialik.
Yeah, from Big Bang Theory. And you can hear, if you come over and visit us in the TARDIS room, and you go in the booth, her voice is actually loaded into the app that so you can actually talk to her.
She'll talk to you.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Hey gang, Travis Richey here, and I have with me Eric Boya and Nick Acosta, and these are the guys who are responsible for bringing you the Untitled web series about a space traveler who can also travel through time, and there's no "the" in it. I gotta tell you, we are so excited about this announcement that we're making right now. Instead of a second season of the web series, we're doing a movie. We're gonna do a movie. The reason is because we now have gotten some big actors on board, and in addition to Mayim Bialik,
Ricardo,
Chase Masterson, we also got It's not the universe, at least the internet will blow up just a little bit. Now, obviously, we can't call a movie Untitled web series, so we have to do a name change. The new title is going to be The Inspector Chronicles, Untitled Motion Picture Web Series. Say the whole thing, you just say X1 or Star Wars or whatever. So you can just call it The Inspector Chronicles or whatever.
Like Inspector Spacetime.
You can call it that.
Right.
And so we know there's going to be a lot of questions about this new project. And so instead of just like shooting information at your face, we thought it'd be fun to have someone ask us questions on your behalf. And so we have enlisted the help of the world's smallest big Doctor Who fan, who also happens to be the world's biggest little Inspector Spacetime fan. Linda Lee, who does the Doctor Who review with Linda Lee, is going to ask us some questions. So, hey there, Linda Lee, how are you?
Hi, Inspector. It's me, Linda Lee. Write a movie. Why now?
Well, when we started getting some really big names attached, like Robert Ricardo and now Sylvester McCoy, suddenly it began to make sense to do something even bigger than a web series. And we've already had a story in place that was about the length of a movie anyway. And with Nick is such an amazing director.
So cinematic.
The other thing that's interesting is that once you decide to do a movie, you can start looking for investors that you otherwise wouldn't be able to get for a web series. And that will help us take a lot of the responsibility for funding the show off of your hands. We'll still need your help, which is why we're doing this campaign, but we won't need as much as we previously needed.
How long is this movie?
Well, usual motion picture length, so roughly.
Is it 20 hours?
No, it's like feature film.
Is it 52 hours?
Well, that's even longer.
It's about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half of excitement.
Will this movie be okay for kids like me?
Well, actually, new dad, Eric Loya, would probably be a good person to answer that question.
Yeah, it's a Doctor Who parody. So if you can watch Doctor Who, you can handle that. Absolutely, you can handle this. It's a little bit darker than the first season, I'll be honest.
Not too scary,
and
not
maybe watch it with your parents.
What old characters will we see?
You'll see the Inspector,
Obviously.
You'll see Boyishes, both good and evil.
And Piper, of course.
Piper, obviously. All your old favorites will return.
Is Piper really D-E-A-D? I spelled it so there is no spoilers.
Not spoiling for people who can't
Spell. We can say that Carrie Keranin will be in the movie.
And maybe you have to see the movie in order to find out.
Definitely have to see
And in order to see the movie, you have to help us make the movie.
Yeah.
In real life, is Eric more like beautiful boyish or good boyish?
It depends on the day you ask me. No, I'm an awkward guy. I've never murdered anybody. There's an interesting little tidbit from the commentary.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, Eric is my best friend here in LA.
I'm sorry. Did you Did you think that I was finished with my answer? Maybe you want to repeat that? I don't know. What do you think?
This is kind of escalating.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. Was anybody at all talking to you? Maybe we move on to the next question.
Yeah, next question is good.
What new characters will we see?
I wish we could
We
tell
didn't
you.
actually tell it last year. We see the Snarling Lions.
We see the Invisible Leaders.
well, we don't see them.
that.
Yeah.
You see the Contrary Canaries.
Yep. One of the cutest thorns in the Inspector's side.
Do you think Sylvester McCoy is going to be fun to work with?
Obviously.
Yes.
Well, you know, you've met him literally. I had a tea with him when I was in London. Absolutely
just so
amazing.
much jealousy.
Not only is he charming, but also very, very funny, and we are really looking forward to having him on set.
Wow, 2 doctors. I guess nobody's getting sick on that set.
Good point, but
Yeah.
how cool is it that we have 2 actors that played
Seriously,
the Doctor,
Doctor, yeah.
on 2 different shows?
Sylvester McCoy, obviously Doctor Who. Robin Carter played the Doctor on Star Trek. Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
Who does the best British voice?
Probably Nick.
Really did.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
Will it be cool?
We saw the prequel episode. You know, we were trying to go big this time, and we're going to go even bigger for the features.
Nick's really good at making things look a lot more expensive than they are, and obviously it was his skill as a director that made me want to work with him so badly on this project.
And with the team that we have involved with this, definitely.
Are there explosions?
Yeah.
Is there fleeing?
There's always going to be fleeing with the Inspector.
Was there giant robots?
The circuit chops are back.
They're just a regular size.
Just regular sized robots? I guess that's neat.
I mean, comparatively to her, technically honest.
Where can I see this movie, Inspector? If you put it in the movie theaters, I'm gonna scream so loud that I'm gonna kiss you on the lips.
Well, this one in the development is not actually done yet, obviously, but we're going to try to have it available as many places as possible. We're already talking with some international distributors about bringing it overseas, and so it'll be online and maybe a theatrical release.
Yeah.
It's really just too early to tell.
Inspector, when is this movie coming out?
It's a process making a movie, but we would love to have it done by the end of the year, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
How can I give money?
It's actually really easy. The Indiegogo campaign, which is either linked in the video info or you're watching it right now, has easy ways to donate to the campaign. And you can do it from credit cards, PayPal, any number of ways that you can help us fund the show.
Why do you need so much money?
We want to mainly pay our cast and crew for locations and everything else. Movies cost money, and especially if you want to do them right.
They do. And actually, for comparative projects, this is not a lot of money at all. If you look at it, Clerks, for example, cost $260,000. The black and white is just people talking in a
Convenience store. Yeah.
And Video Game High School, if you saw that, cost $1.3 million. And we are not even trying to raise close to that.
We're making a sci-fi movie.
Some big name actors, there's special effects, and camera equipment and lenses, and then we have to feed people and like we just want to be able to pay our cast and crew a little something. And so that adds up, but I still think this is a value for a project of this scale.
Yeah.
Can I just let other people pay for this project?
You could if you were lazy, but I mean, think about it. If 10,000 people gave the equivalent of a cup of coffee, we'd reach our goal like that.
But I'm just a kid. I don't drink coffee.
You don't drink coffee. Well, next you're probably going to say you don't have a credit card.
Most children don't have credit cards.
That's your parents.
Mom!
Inspector, what's in it for me?
Oh, well, we have tons of swag for you guys. Many rewards and perks for you guys. Just look at the Indiegogo campaign and see everything that you can get. Everything from the download of the video game tie-in.
Autographs.
Tons of it signed.
Not just from us, but from Sylvester, from Robert, from Chase.
Yes, you can get their autographed photos for a lot less than you could get it at a convention. And let me tell you something. Nick's autograph is going to be worth something.
Absolutely. And not for nothing but Travis Richey, and he's already basically a famous person, right? On Community, on
Pretty Little Liars.
right?
But seriously though, Nick is going to be huge.
You don't really get no compliments for it.
Well, thank you very much, Lindsay. These have all been great questions. Do you have anything else?
Why doesn't this happen to me? Why does it keep falling in my face?
Because Travis has an enormous head.
So the people on the TV show Lost, were they really dead the whole time?
Behind
Because But then
And that's the purgatory
we go to the 70s.
All right, Lindsay. Well, thank you so much for helping us answer all these questions. I really appreciate it.
One more thing, can I give a shout out to all my fans?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the least I can do.
Hello, Gallifrey One, and all my fellow Whovians.
Bye,
So Sylvester McCoy, huh? I met Sylvester here last year, and then went to France for a film festival for the series, and popped up to London for a couple days where we had tea and chatted about the project, and he was very excited. And then finally, just shortly a month ago or so, finally said, "Yeah, I'm in." So. Thank you, Linda Lee. That was awesome. Sylvester sent us a little bit of a message here. Let's see if he did it on his iPad.
I believe you're at a fundraising event. No, I mean that's a fundraising event. To raise money for the great Inspector. Brilliant piece of work. Marvellous. And I really want to work. The problem is I don't come cheap. I can cheap. That's cheating in your land. Yes, anyway, so raise money so I can go work with these brilliant people. I'm just going to tweet off. No, that's not right. Anyway, goodbye.
And Robert Picardo heard that Sylvester sent a message, so he had to too.
Hello, I'm Robert Picardo, and I am delighted to be joining the cast of Untitled Motion Picture about a space traveler who can also travel through time. Now, I did plenty of space travel in my years aboard the USS Voyager, as you may imagine, but I really would have enjoyed more time travel. So I was thrilled when the inspector called and asked me to come along on the adventure. I'll also be joining Sylvester McCoy, my dear old friend, who I'm told played a doctor with no name on some other major television set. Help you get it? Anyway, because here's the view outside my apartment in New York. Brisk.
All right. We got
Travis,
one.
can I just say for one quick second?
Yeah.
You guys are the only people this entire weekend to see Sylvester McCoy on a video recorder. So you must tell everybody that you've seen it and that they missed out. And if they donate to a certain movie, they might see more.
Already done.
I was going to put up I'll put on a slideshow. We've got one other video we'll play later on, but I'm going to throw it over to these guys because I get a chance to talk all the time to you guys, and it's really, the only thing I'm good at is surrounding myself with people who are better than me at what they do. And so I'm going to let you guys talk to Eric and Nick and Chase, and Carrie is supposed to be on her way, so hopefully she'll make it before we... Oh, she's on the escalators. All right. Everybody's screaming loud when she walks in. All right. So I'm going to give it to these guys.
Well, first of all, aren't you guys really glad you came to see us live and then watch a lot of things? I don't know. This is. I don't know. Does anybody have any questions? First of all, I guess we can talk, but we want to talk about what you guys want to hear about. So, does anybody have any? Yeah.
I was just wondering, it seems like that device is pretty lethal, that thing that he fired at.
The optic pocket knife?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you could just mention a few little things about that or something.
Well, actually, Brian Wiga is getting Gary. Brian Wiga actually designed it, and it's oh my gosh, it's incredible. Oh, we gave a version of it to Robert Picardo, and he actually, when he was playing with it, he actually said that it was cooler than like any of the gadgets that they got to play with on Star Trek, on actual Star Trek.
Which they called Blinkies, actually.
Yeah, they
That's
call
what
them
they call
Blinkies,
it.
yeah.
Fun fact.
But I mean, when Brian Lee is back, he can tell you more about it, more about the concept of it. I can say though, not to keep coming around to this, but if you donate at a certain level to the campaign, you can get an actual working replica of the optic pocket knife.
What?
It's not quite as violent as theirs.
This is kind of funny. Actually, on the campaign, we had to refer to it as the optic multi-tool because apparently crowdfunding websites, if you say that you're giving away a pocket knife, they think you're selling weapons.
Multi-tool? Sorry.
It's no toy, and it does work on wood too. So
And it didn't take 10,000 years.
But yeah, this is Travis playing with it. Is that neat? Oh.
Can I donate now?
I believe that, I don't. Is the Indiegogo campaign?
It's not quite up yet.
Okay,
It'll be
okay.
up, we're trying to get it up later today. We wanted to have it right now, but it's not quite ready.
But join our Facebook page and you'll be updated on everything that's going on. And luckily the title is super easy to remember and say Untitled Web Series about space travel and else throughout their time. I don't know much about it.
It is actually very good.
Do we? I'm not. That was actually like a Travis decision. I'm not exactly.
I think I know. With Kickstarter, if you make your deadline, if you don't make your deadline, you don't get any of it. With Indiegogo, you get like at least a small percentage of what you made. So just say if you didn't make it all, you get a smaller percentage of it. And also they take out less and things. And also there's PayPal options that just made it
More options for international. But the other really important thing to note is that what we are going to do is we're going to pitch to investors to fund the majority of the production. So when it was a web series, we needed to raise about $125,000 from donations. Now we're going to put most of the actual budget for the film is more than that, but most of that we're hoping will come from investors. So what we're doing with the campaign is looking for a pre-production funding because we have to reach certain benchmarks before we can go to investors. So we have to. So right now our goal is only $25,000, and we're hoping to get a little more than that. But I mean that's reachable, I think, especially with this cast and the perks we have.
And if you get more, what would you do? Oh,
no.
What would you do with it if it goes higher? How will?
Well, a lot of what we have, if we exceed our initial goal. We can. Oh, okay. That banana picture. If we exceed the goal, we will have more money to put into actual production. It'll just help us not depend so much on investors. So we won't have to give away ownership of as much of the movie. So that helps us quite a bit in the end. So.
A better production value. Better cast and crew, better all of it.
Yeah, well, I'm really confident with the budget that we have, which is not huge. It's actually really small for a movie, but Nick and his crew and the people we've assembled, you can see what we did for virtually nothing. We'll be ramping up to 4K for the film, but then other than that, the people that we have do amazing work, and we just want to be able to pay them a little bit, and so I feel like. Here is Carrie Karen.
Yes! Maybe I'm so sorry late. I've been looking for parking for 20 minutes.
We had a question over there. Yes, I am.
Bright stars of the movie and all of this, as it's getting bigger and all that, do you have to at all revisit to NBC just to make sure you pay things?
No, basically, I mean, same with in the first season. The reason that this is not officially called Inspector Spacetime is because NBC and Sony own that name, and so everything else was original to us anyway. We changed the look of the character from the way that you see him on Community, and we didn't have the same companion that he had in Community. But aside from that, better one. And but yeah, I mean everything else was completely original to us, and so we changed the title of it, just as kind of like that last measure to make sure that it was not specifically associated with it. So no, this has now become just our project, Not. No, they haven't. I mean, we're a little bit interested in running the idea by them again, of seeing if they have any interest in it. But no, they haven't. Ever since their original contact with us when we were running the original season 1 campaign, they haven't contacted us, and
which was just one phone call. I mean, they haven't had a tweet since then. And for the record, I would love if they came to me and said, we'd just like to do that and call it Inspector Spacetime. I'd be cool with that.
And if not, they're lost.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, it's an amazing thing, and I'm very, very proud of what we as a community have produced. 6 episodes in a middle. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
I've noticed Tony Lee's here, and he hasn't really been saying much. And I know you're a big comic books guy. Is there talk of a comic book or anything like that? Why are you here?
There was So, 2.5 years ago at Chicago TARDIS, I did an alternate world liars panel, which if you don't know what the liars panel is, well, shame on you because it's Gallifrey One and it started here. But we would stand on a stage and lie to you. And we'd start by saying it's a lie, and then we'd tell you stuff, and then it'd go on the internet because people thought it wasn't a lie. And we'd get into trouble. But we did one year, we did the Inspector Spacetime panel, where we all came on and said, we're this sort of Earth 2 world, and I was Tony Lee, the writer of Inspector Spacetime, not the writer of Doctor Who. And then, obviously, I'd spoken to Travis back then. Travis did a web, a little showing to sort of say hello, and things progressed and became insane. Before IDW lost a license, we'd already been having this conversation that wouldn't it be nice to do an untitled comic about a space traveller who could travel through time? And if you were going to do it, wouldn't it be nice if I did it? And more importantly, wouldn't it be nice if it was like 10 times better than The Forgotten? Or any of the other things I did? Or in fact, any of the things that IDW did? And we said, nah, it can't be done. But it's not a case of how it can be done or where it can be done, but when it can be done. So, hi, my name is Tony Lee, and I'm the writer of the comic about the untitled comic of a space traveller who can also travel through time.
That was a really good answer.
I'm never going to work for Doctor Who again.
Their loss.
I see a hand back there.
Yes, will the movie actually go into any of the backstory of, like, say, previous incarnations of the Inspector or anything like that?
Ooh, yeah. That's a good question.
Without giving away too many spoilers.
You have to donate to find out.
What she said.
Just spell it out. I mean,
The movie will deal pretty exclusively to this one Inspector. That being said, we do have plans in the works for further adventures, a specific further adventure after the movie, and we might or might not see a future incarnation of the Inspector in that. So, Yeah, that's the right response. Good job. Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about what Chase and Robert and Sylvester are doing? Which side they're on?
Well, I think Chase can answer at least a third of
I don't know
that.
who anyone's side is on. You take that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I can give you some names of characters, and aside from that, I'll be saying a lot of. And she plays a mysterious. Chase Masterson plays Annabelle Wagner. Sylvester McCoy plays Uncle Roderick, and Robert Picardo plays Bernard. Bernard. And I mean, aside from that, it's here's the thing. Okay, so the movie, it's one of those stories where things are happening that shouldn't be happening, but most everybody involved doesn't realize that they shouldn't be happening. So it's one of those things where you're slowly kind of figuring out that A, something is wrong, and then B, what is wrong, and then C, how do we make it right? So it's one of those stories. Because of that, it kind of sucks, but because of that, if we give away too much of the characters, it kind of spoils the mystery of it all. Exactly, no spoilers. I will say that Annabelle Wagner has a sister, Clarissa Wagner. They feature prominently. I will say that Bernard is very villainous. I will say that Uncle Roderick in particular is super mysterious because there's this thing that kind of keeps happening with him that nobody seems to notice, and in fact nobody really calls attention to it. And unfortunately, that's all I can really say. I know.
I can say that Eric did the bulk of the writing for season 2, and when he came up with the story, we knew what trope we wanted to play with. And for reference, if you don't kind of get what we're saying, those of you who watched Buffy, there was an episode where she wakes up one day in an insane asylum, and we as the audience are told that she's always been in an insane asylum, and everything we've seen up to this point has been her imagination.
Her life in Sunnydale is like a delusion. That she's,
right.
Yeah.
And so it's that trope where the main character is faced with this alternate truth that they are told is the actual truth. And so that's the trope we're playing with. Star Trek did a lot of those, and I really love that idea. And so with season 1, we played with the idea of the evil versions of people, and now we're playing with this new trope.
Also, I want to say, like, for those of you, there's a little hint at the end of this episode, of the episode that's already online, that kind of shows into what's going on with Robert Picardo's character. You really got to, like, pay attention to what's going on. But there's a little hint there. Look at it 20,000 times and you'll figure it out. Or if you're really smart, then you'll figure it out right away.
Annabelle and her sister Clarissa have this mysterious past and some things that have happened which are very interesting social, political, notes, and it's rich and a lot darker than this.
Oh yeah, it is. We mentioned it in the Indiegogo video. It is a lot darker. I mean, we say a lot darker, which is true, but it's not like it's
when
it's
you
like
take
more.
Piper out, all the sunshine goes away.
I feel bad that I had to kill off Piper.
By the way, can we actually like they applauded for you before you were here when we were just like Karen and Slate. Let's now that you've seen her in the episode, let's applaud. Yeah, being on set with Carrie. First of all, Carrie's a badass. She like all that running that we did. There was one day when we were running for like 6 hours.
The whole day.
Like, the entire day. And by out at 90 minutes in, she like pulled a hamstring. Yeah.
I felt so
and didn't
bad.
complain about it, didn't even let anybody know, just kept running, kept fleeing the entire rest of the day. And then finally slowly let us know what was going on. We were like, oh my gosh, how are you? You're insane. So Carrie's amazing and incredible.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Sorry.
Best job.
Oh, wait, is our Piper cosplayer here? We've got a girlish the extraordinary.
Girlish the Extraordinary, can you stand up?
Hey!
This is Elise Miller. She has been one of our most loyal fans. We met each other, I think, a couple years ago, maybe at Galley. Was that where it was? And she, look at this.
Sorry, Banana, you just got $1.
Look at this. She made her outfit. Do you see this? She made it because she looked at what I was wearing and she. Yeah, when we met, she
last year she was
Fem Inspector,
yeah,
right? And I was like, what about Girlish the Extraordinary? And she's like, fine, if you guys are coming back to this, like I'll do Girlish. And I'm like, okay. So and she did. She made this. She made it for Communicon. Yeah. By the way, she makes I'm totally plugging right now. She does cosplay like crazy, and she's amazingly talented. Look her up on the Facebook and other social media.
Wait, real quick, tell them what you said you were going to be next year.
I'm gonna be feminine.
Attitude and all.
Is that going to take a lot of work? I kid because I love. We did.
Chase, chase.
We did. We actually threw her a little bit of a curveball because last year she came as Fem Inspector, but between seasons 1 and 2, we actually redid Inspector's costume completely and changed the color, so it's darker now. It's and so I get an email from her saying, "You changed it." Is Piper here? We had a Vivian? Oh, well, I don't know where but this is, okay, so Vivian came last year too as Piper. Oh, thank you so much. I won't make a sound. Vivian came last year dressed as Piper, and she had a shirt with strawberry prints on it. In between, and we could not find your sweater. We wanted to have a backup of it, and we couldn't find it. She, between then and now, found Piper's actual sweater somewhere, and
eBay.
On eBay, and got it, and came as like a complete Piper. So that was amazing. I would have given a shout out to her.
Blood. That was my biggest fear. Like, don't get it on the shirt. Do not get it on the shirt.
Yeah, we couldn't use actual blood. If you do see, Nick had to put in a digital burn mark on the, when they have the shot from the front of the booth. Just before it disappears, you can see it. It's pretty cool.
Actually, fun story about the blood is we forgot the blood. And so I was freaking out. I'm just like, well, what are we going to use? Then people were saying ketchup, and I'm like, that doesn't work. I mean, I made a lot of short films, it doesn't work. And my makeup artist mixed it with, what was it?
It was red paint from the booth,
Yes.
Dr. Pepper, ketchup,
Crushed lipstick.
yeah, crushed lipstick, crushed makeup, and
delicious.
And I was looking at this.
and whatever was left in my booth kit.
And I was looking at this thing it's not going to hold up. And we put it under the lighting, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do some digital color to it. And I put it under the light, and I'm like, no, that works. Let's do it. Yeah. Lucky.
So we only
I
have.
stood there for 2 hours like this with no one able to come anywhere near me.
I just thought she was trying to be deep the whole time.
We only have a few minutes left. Does anybody have any specific Carrie Chase, Tony questions? I feel like they've talked.
I actually have one question, and I want to go raise your hands. Who really liked that episode? That's all I ever wanted. Good.
We can say the two crush.
I say we show behind the scenes.
No, just the trailer. Sure. No?
Would you guys rather?
All right, let me just tell you this. We just released this morning a crossover episode with Dr. Stu, the animated show, and they animated me. It's called Toon Crash. It's on both of our channels right now. At some point, go and watch it. There's a trailer for it, but the actual episode's 15 minutes long. So, but it's a spoof of the Time Crash episode of Doctor Who. It's really fun. So go watch it. And we have questions right there.
Is there any kind of secrecy about, because everybody's going to be as soon as we can get a signal, putting this on social media?
What are you kidding?
Spread
You know,
it
I
like
told people in the
crazy.
lobby when I was picking up Carrie.
Yeah, he was like running down the hall yelling it as we were like running by.
Yeah, tell everybody.
You've made the mistake of thinking that this is very much like Doctor Who, where you get people on stage and you go, don't tell anything, oh, I can't say NDA. To hell with that.
Wait, everybody at once. Good. Let's make sure the hallway hears. Who just joined Inspector Spacetime?
But yes, by all means, Nick just posted the updated version of the video. Did you?
No, it's gonna. I'm gonna repost. That's the updated version. I tweaked some effects, made it a little bit more sexier. Obviously, changed the ending, which says continued in the movie.
Okay.
And that is gonna go live probably either Monday or Friday.
Okay, so right now the episode is on. It still says to be continued in season 2. That's up right now on the Travis Richey channel on YouTube. You can tweet that out and show people that haven't seen it yet, and then you can tell them that Sylvester McCoy is in the next version, and the Indiegogo campaign will be going live as soon as possible.
And one other thing I want to add as well, obviously, as I said, I'm going to be doing a comic about a certain space traveller who can travel through time. I wanted to say about this earlier on, I think that, we should give you guys something back. So I think we should do a stretch goal that if you spend a certain amount of money when doing this, we'll put you in the comic. We'll do it that we can name characters after you, we can have your likeness in the comic, we can do things with that, if you want that sort of thing.
I do.
If you pay enough money, you can lick the inspector's face.
All right, so we are officially over.
$5. If you donate $5, you can. Is that not enough? I don't know money. I don't know that. All right. All right. We'll everybody. We have to go, but come chat with us. We're right across the hall. Free poster for everybody. Wait. Secret word. Secret word.
Secret word. Optic.
Okay. Secret word is optic.
Thank you guys so much.
So